Archie Gray has completed his £40 million move to Tottenham, with Joe Rhoden going in the other direction for £10 million. Archie Gray's first interview as a Spurs player. Archie Gray has sent messages to the Tottenham Hotspur and Leeds United fans. Tom Huddleston has announced his retirement from football. Arsenal and Chelsea want Spurs target Ricardo Calafiori, and Spurs now turn their attention to Kyle Walker-Peters and Rennes star Desiree Doué.
Chris Cowlin. Fan cams. Club news. Transfer news. Match previews. Legend interviews. Spurs winning. Press conferences. Covering everything Tottenham and England.
Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all keeping well. This is another edition of Tottenham News, where I'll be going through all of the latest Spurs news, rumours and reports. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit the subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit the follow button and leave a review if you can. So let's start with the big news of the day. Archie Gray has now officially signed for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Spurs put out the following announcement on Tuesday morning. We're delighted to announce the signing of Archie Gray from Leeds United. The versatile midfielder has signed a contract that will run until 2030, and he will wear the number 14 shirt. Born in Durham, Archie joined Leeds at under-9 level, and after progressing well through their academy system, picked up his first involvement with their first team in 2021 at the age of just 15, when he was part of their matchday squad in the Premier League. After winning promotion with Leeds United's under-21s at the end of the 2022-2023 season, he made his senior competitive debut on the opening day of the 2023-2024 campaign in the EFL Championship, and starred throughout last term in central midfield and at right back, making 52 appearances in all competitions as Leeds United reached the playoff final at Wembley. His performances led to him being named Championship Young Player of the Season. Still only 18 years of age, Archie Gray is part of the Gray footballing dynasty at Leeds United. His father Andy, grandfather Frank and great-uncle Eddie all notably played for the club, while on international stage he has represented England throughout the younger age groups, where he has played alongside a number of our own academy starlets. He made his first appearance for the Young Lions under-21s earlier this year in European Championship qualifying victories against Azerbaijan and Luxembourg, scoring on his debut against the former. Now, a few details on the actual deal. Archie Gray from Leeds United to Tottenham Hotspur. Italian journalist and transfer expert Fabrizio Romano has stated that Tottenham have signed Archie Gray on a 6-year deal, Joe Rhoden going the other way to Leeds. Spurs will pay £40 million fee for one of the best talents in England, born in 2006, and Leeds United will pay £10 million for Joe Rhoden. Now, Archie Gray took part in his first ever interview as a Tottenham Hotspur player. This is what he had to say on joining Tottenham Hotspur. I'm really excited. It's obviously a massive club and an opportunity that I couldn't really turn down. I'm just really excited to play and get started with the team. It hasn't really sunk in, to be honest, and I don't think it will for the next couple of days. Until we've played a few games and I've got to meet everyone, it won't have sunk in. I'm just really excited and looking forward to it. It's a massive opportunity for me, so I'm really excited. When Spurs came in and I had the opportunity to play in the Champions League eventually and Europa League this year, I couldn't really say no. I know so many players that are here, not so much in the first team, but the young lads. And another thing is that it's a massive project under Ange, and it's something that I want to be a part of. I'm not going to lie to you, I'm a massive Celtic fan, so I love him and my whole family loves him. I haven't really said this, to be fair. He's also a massive factor because playing under a really good manager is really important for me as well. I've still got lots to learn because I'm only 18, so it's really important. Obviously, I see myself as a midfielder as my ideal position, but I don't want to put myself down to one position. I think I'm a versatile player and I can play in a lot of positions on the pitch, which is really effective when you've got so many competitions and so many games this year. You don't want to have too big a squad, and it can be really helpful for the team to be really versatile, and I'm not bothered where I'm going to play. I'm just going to give 100%, and that is all that really matters, really, and to try and perform my best here. There are so many huge names, and to be honest, I'm just really grateful that I'll be able to train with them every day, and I just want to show them why they've signed me and show my worth. Hopefully, I'll be able to get playing with them on the pitch, and I cannot wait to be training with them and to get to know them. But honestly, I'm just really grateful for the opportunity, and they're all massive players, and I just cannot wait to meet them. I think there's loads of things that I've got to learn, and I think there's some parts of the Premier League that will suit me more than some parts of the Championship would. I think I'm ready for it, and the fitness side of it, it suits my game so much, and the technical aspect really suits me well. Quite a lot of it suits me, and there's obviously loads of things I need to start learning and I need to do in pre-season and get ready. Obviously, it's a different league, and I just need to be ready for that, but hoping I'll be able to learn really quickly and perform to my best in every game. I'm just hoping to play in as many games as I can and push the team on even more. If it's being as competitive as I can in training every day and pushing the players, trying to get into the team ultimately at the start, then trying to stay in the team. We've got a really strong connection with the fans, which I think is really important as well. Obviously, that was massive at Leeds. This club has got the same thing going on with the fans, and it's really important for me. I just want to create a strong bond with the fans and with the club, so I'm just really looking forward to that. Now, new signing Archie Gray also wrote the following on social media. So grateful to be at this massive club. I'm so excited for this opportunity and cannot wait to get started and give my all for Tottenham and play in front of you fans. See you all soon. Come on, you Spurs. Archie Gray also gave a farewell online to Leeds United. He said, I cannot thank everyone at Leeds United enough for the past 11 years, from all of the coaches that I've had when I first came at 7 years old to all of the coaching staff now. I've enjoyed every second of my time with the club and have had so many great memories for life, from watching in the stands to playing on the pitch. I would also like to say a massive thank you to all of the managers that I've had, but especially Daniel Farke for trusting me this year and giving me the opportunity to play and teaching me so much about the game. I'm so grateful for him and all of the coaching staff. Along the way, I've made friends for life, and I'm also grateful for every teammate that I've been with from the age of 7 to the teammates last season. And for the fans, you are amazing, and I cannot thank you enough for the support that you have given me. And hopefully, Harry, in the next few years to come, we will cross paths again. Now, another official statement was released by Tottenham Hotspur Football Club on Tuesday morning. Joe Rhoden has now officially signed for Leeds United on a permanent transfer. The club said, we have reached an agreement with Leeds United for the permanent transfer of Joe Rhoden. The Wales international defender joined us from Swansea City in October 2020. He made his full debut against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge in November 2020 and went on to make 24 appearances for us in all competitions. Having enjoyed a loan spell at Rennes in France in 2022-2023, Joe Rhoden spent last season on loan at Ellen Road, playing 43 of 46 matches as Leeds United finished third in the Championship before losing out to Southampton in the playoff final at Wembley. Joe added 37 caps to his tally of 44 for Wales during his time at Spurs and played at both Euro 2020 and the 2022 World Cup. We wish Joe all the best. Former Tottenham Hotspur midfielder Tom Huddleston has officially announced his retirement from football. He wrote the following on social media on Monday. So the day has come to announce my retirement from playing professional football. From the age of 8, football is all I've ever known or wanted to do. To be able to do this until the age of 37 has been a blessing, with many ups and downs on this journey. Now is a time for me to repurpose to the other side of the game I love, and that is coaching. Having played for 20 seasons and almost 600 games, I feel privileged to have represented some fantastic clubs and fan bases along the way. Each club I've been at, I've always given 100%, and due to this, I've had a fantastic rapport with all fans I've played in front of. To represent my country was the ultimate dream growing up, so to achieve that is something I will cherish forever. To all teammates, coaches and managers along the way, a huge thank you to the times that we shared. Not always positive, but memories nonetheless. More importantly, a huge thank you to my fantastic family, who without them, none of it would have been possible. Forever indebted to all of you, whether no longer with us or still part of my journey today. Thank you. Now, in the last couple of weeks, Tottenham Hotspur have been heavily linked to Bologna and Italy defender Riccardo Calafiori, while Italian journalist and transfer expert Fabrizio Romano has just stated that Arsenal and Chelsea remain interested in Calafiori. Both clubs have explored conditions of his deal, expensive as Basel will get almost 50% of the fee. Calafiori gave green light to Juventus, but Bologna preference is to sell abroad. On Tuesday, it was announced by Fabrizio Romano that Manchester City have agreed a deal to sign 2006-born talented midfielder Han Wilhoft King for the under-19s. He left Tottenham Hotspur a couple of weeks ago and is now joining Manchester City on a 2-year deal. Medical tests are set to take place shortly. Various reports have been published on Tuesday. They have all stated, after Spurs have just signed 18-year-old midfielder Archie Gray, Spurs are now working on signing 19-year-old Rennes star Desiree Doué. The reports are stating that Doué is very high on Tottenham's shortlist when it comes to signing a winger in this summer transfer window. The reports are stating that PSG and Bayern Munich are also interested in him. He is considered one of the most talented prospects in European football right now. His natural position is attacking midfielder. He is very versatile. He can play deeper in midfield on either wing or even as a forward. It's been reported in the last 24 hours that Spurs remain interested in right-back Kyle Walker-Peters. The Southampton star is also attracting interest from other Premier League clubs, including West Ham United. Now for an international roundup. On Tuesday, Rodrigo Bentancur was on matchday international duty as Uruguay beat the USA 1-0 at the Copa America. He came off the bench in the 79th minute. Radu Dragushin played the full 90 minutes for Romania as his side lost 3-0 against the Netherlands. Mickey van der Ven came off the bench in the 69th minute for the Netherlands. That means now that Mickey van der Ven is the only Spurs player at Euro 2024. Now, my thoughts on everything in this episode. Let's start by talking about the signing of Archie Gray, £40 million move from Leeds United to Tottenham, and of course Joe Rhoden going in the opposite direction, and we getting £10 million for him. I think that's super business from a Spurs point of view, getting £10 million for Rhoden. It was pretty obvious that he was never ever going to get any game time under Ange Postecoglou. But Archie Gray, £40 million, yes, I think some people see it as a lot of money to spend on an 18-year-old, but this is a player for the future, and we have just signed, it is a fact, we have just signed one of the best players, young players, with huge potential. So, you know, real talent for the future. I hope that he gets a lot of game time next season. By the sounds of his very impressive interview with Spurs, his first as a Spurs player, it sounds like he has been assured that he is going to be playing a lot under Postecoglou next season, and why shouldn't he be? He's very used to being in the first team for Leeds United, playing all of those matches last season, getting a couple of awards as well, and rightly so. The Championship is an extremely difficult league to play in, and to shine in the Championship, you know, Leeds United were very unlucky not to be promoted to the Premier League in the end. But Archie Gray was their star man. He was their star player at just 17 years old. Of course, he is 18 now. On the bench under Bielsa at just 15 years old. This guy is going to be a real talent in the future. He's a talent now, but I think he's just going to get better and better and better. And when you're going to be playing under someone like Ange Postecoglou, you know, I think Ange is only going to improve him and make him a much better player, 100%. So I hope, and of course, he's very versatile as well. Lots of reports have come out today stating that, you know, he played in, you know, various positions for Leeds United last season, mainly in centre midfield. He came out in the interview and said that he wants to play mainly in midfield, but he's very versatile. He can play at right back as well, which is fantastic. Everyone that Ange seems to buy in, in these transfer windows that, the time that he's been at the club, he wants versatile players in. He wants players to fit in different positions as and when needed. And, in all the problems that we had, suspensions and injuries last season, that is only going to be a positive thing going forward. I get some people's criticism or worry about that, we've spent a lot of money, but although I'm excited about this one, it has to continue. It has to continue at our football club. Like I've said in the last couple of transfer windows under Ange Postecoglou, which have been decent. You can't argue with that. Ange Postecoglou is 100% getting backed by the board at the moment, which is really, really pleasing to see. But it must continue. We have to end the window, being happy that we have done enough, that we are driving the club forward in the right direction. And, the aim is to have a much better season than we did last season. I'm expecting a huge window. I'm expecting a lot of players to come through the door. This is just a really, really good start. And I'm very, very impressed that, we are announcing signing so early on in this window again, exactly like what happened last summer. Like I said earlier, I think Joe Rhoden going to Leeds United, getting £10 million in for him, I think is really good business. But I'm expecting a lot more players to go out the door, a lot more players to come in the door. But Ange Postecoglou is delivering what he has promised the fans as well, that he isn't only building a team for now, he is building one for the future. He wants Spurs to be very successful in the future. He wants us to be competing for trophies year in, year out under his management. And, I am excited. And like I keep saying and have done since Postecoglou came through the door, he is being backed. Whatever he's asked for, he's got. The board so far have delivered for him. But this must continue. I think there's 57, 58 days left of this transfer window, so I'm expecting a lot more business to be done. Tom Huddleston announcing his retirement. Of course, he could sure hit the ball, couldn't he? What a fantastic shot he had on him. Wishing him all of the very best. I've no doubt that somewhere along the line, his coaching career could even feature at Spurs. He could come back as a coach one day, and of course he will be greeted with open arms by a lot of the fans, because like he said, the rapport that he has with all of the fans is exceptional. Arsenal and Chelsea interested in Ricardo Calafiori. That's going to be an interesting one. It seems like Bologna want to sell abroad, and the player clearly wants the Premier League, so he'll be hoping for a big money move. I just personally hoping that he doesn't go to the likes of Arsenal and Chelsea. I would certainly like to see him in a Spurs shirt. Is that realistic? I'm not so sure. Spurs are now after one of Europe's top talents. We've just signed one of the UK's top talents, if not the one. But we are now after a top European talent in 19-year-old Renstar Desiree Doué. That's going to be an interesting one. He's got interest from top European clubs as well. But Spurs are getting some really good business done. And let's hope that this does continue. And I cannot stress that enough. I cannot say that enough. It's got to continue, and just constantly got to be backed by this board, so the football club can move forward. Archie Gray, he was talking about the Champions League in his first interview. Of course, every player wants to be playing at the very highest level. And, when Spurs, when you see what some of the players we've got, like Sonny and James Maddison, they should be playing in the Champions League. When you see what facilities we've got, the stadium and the training ground, etc., we should be a Champions League club year in, year out. I think that Tottenham have got to keep identifying these top young talents, bring in a couple of household names as well. I know I've spoken about it on the podcast, and I know that Craig Dearman mentions his name, episode after episode of the Spurs Chat podcast. Eze. I'd love to see him in a Spurs shirt. I know a lot of people have come on the podcast stating that they would like to see Ivan Toney. We definitely need to be signing a striker in this window, whether it's Ivan Toney or someone else. We need a top striker in where you can constantly rotate. If Richarlison is going to stay at the club, hopefully we can rotate and Ange Postecoglou has a number of different options, because playing the Europa League, and hopefully we will go far in that competition, as well as the League Cup and the FA Cup. He needs the depth in this squad, and he needs to feel extremely confident in every single player that he has in the squad. So exciting times ahead. I think it's a really, really good signing. I really want to see Archie Gray get as much game time as possible next season. And when you think about it as well, that Bergval's coming in, two top talents coming in, and if Spurs go out and sign Red Star, Desiree Doué as well, I tell you what, we've got an exciting future. But I get some people's concern, because we want players that are instantly going to walk into the team. But I think you need that good mixture. And it is over to the board now. It is over to the likes of Johan Lang. Of course, Fabio Pratici is still working at Spurs in a consultancy basis. So it is over to them now to see who is coming through the door next. Thanks for watching, and thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching this on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you listen to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. Enjoy the rest of your week. I'll see you on the next one. Until then, come on you Spurs.